Hi guys, welcome to another episode of the Doctor's Quarters. So, I come to you from the comfort of my home today. I have not been feeling well and I was given the day off. Yes, so I decided to take some time to do the recording for Friday's YouTube video. Yes, thank you guys. Okay, thank you so much for sticking with me, for watching my videos, for liking them, for sharing them. Okay, yes, I want to say a very big thank you to Dr. Munirat. Yes, yeah, I hope you're watching me. Thank you very much, okay, for always supporting me. I am grateful. Okay, so the week hasn't ended yet, but I have gone through the motions this week. Okay, there's been a lot of things that came up that I want to share with us, right? It would help you, it would help a friend, it would help a family member. So let's watch and then share the video as well. So I want to talk to us about 5 things. Yeah, let's keep it short and simple. 5 things that we ought to do, or we ought to know about, okay, when it comes to our health and the health system. I've spoken about some. I have a video. When you go through my videos you'll find that, but yeah, this is just sharing with you things that happened this week for which we have to take caution, right? So number one, I just want us to know that being a Christian and seeking for medical help is allowed. It is okay, right? Maybe no one has told you this before, but it is okay. There's no contraindication to being a Christian and then seeking medical help or being on medication. It isn't. Why am I saying that? So I had a patient this week, yes, I think a 40, she's 40 something, that young. She was rushed in unconscious, and we had to do what we do best. We went through, thoroughly examined her, and the long and short of it is that she had a hypertensive emergency, right? So it means that, I mean, there are people walking around with hypertension, but hypertensive emergency means that a hypertensive with complications of hypertension, right? So yeah, she came in unconscious. So after we did everything for her, unfortunately she had a stroke through the process, right? So we had to get the history of everything from the family because she was really struggling to communicate. And it turns out that she was diagnosed 3 years back with hypertension. And for those of us who don't know, hypertension is not curable, it is only manageable. We can manage hypertension with medications. I mean, first non-medical means, and then when necessary, medications are attached to it. It is not curable. It is not like malaria that you take your medications and 3 days it's done. No, you're on medications for the rest of your life. And the thing is, so that we can keep an eye on the people with hypertension, their medications are given to them monthly. So they are given monthly doses of their medications, and then are told that before they run out of the medications, they come back to the hospital. They are examined by the doctor. The doctor makes sure that they are fine. Maybe if there has to be readjustments in their medications, it is done, and then they are given a refill. So every month they ought to be coming. So that was what she was doing. She was put on medications, she was taking them until she went for a crusade. The man of God laid hands on her, told her that she's been healed of her hypertension, and then she also stopped taking her medications. We all know what happened with her here. Had a stroke, and now she has become a burden to her family now, even to her own self in the first place. Seriously, I am saying that this is not the first time. I mean, a lot of people come in that way. Okay, but I'm saying this right now because it is so sad. such a young woman, and now financially, with when it comes to time, when it comes to, emotions, she has now, it's not just her now. Yeah, she's going through it, I know. I can only imagine how she feels. But the people around you also suffer it when these things happen. So please, you can't go to church, you can't pray, and still be on medications. It doesn't make you less of a child of God. I told the family this thing that I'm about to tell you, that my father is a pastor. He's a man of God. But when you go to the edge of his bed, he has a BP check machine right there. And he checks his BP regularly. He checks his cholesterol levels. He takes medications if he has to. And it doesn't stop him from waking up at dawn, every dawn. He's one man that I know that every dawn, there's no day that he says that I slept off, I was too tired. He prays every dawn, wakes up and prays and goes about his duties. But he is on medication. So please, let's be informed. Let's leave that thing that, no. If at all, you to err on the side of caution. If I were this woman, yes, maybe you stop taking the medication for a day or two, but keep an eye on the BPs, so that should in case it hadn't settled, then you go back to your medicine. But no, there are lots of people walking around. I refuse it in Jesus' name. I refuse it in Jesus' name. And then they will bring them half dead to the hospital. And they wake up and you see them in that deformed state. A young woman with, her half of her body paralyzed. And it's so sad. But she did it to herself. So please be informed, so that you also do not make such a mistake. Number 2, let's stop self-medicating. Let's stop self-medicating, please. It is very important. I'm saying this because I lost a 7-year-old to malaria this week. Yes, most of us, it happens with us. You wake up, I'm not feeling too well, and either your mother or your grandma will just touch you, yes, and then do this and do that, and it's like, oh, this one is malaria. And then they'll just get some herbs, boil together, or some might even just walk to the pharmacy and say that I want malaria medications, and then they pack them for you and you take them. It is exactly what happened in this boy's case. He was not well, gave him some herbs. The next day he was up moving about, until a week ago when he just fell down, was rushed here, and we investigated. He didn't spend much. He just spent about 30 minutes. They brought him unconscious, his body heated like an oven. We did all we could. 30 minutes, the guy, we just lost him. And when the results of the test and everything came, if you see the number of malaria parasites in his blood, so he had developed cerebral malaria and he died. The funny thing is, it was after he died, when we broke the news to the family, that he quickly rushed and went to bring his elder brother. We asked them why. They said he also had same symptoms, but was on the herbs at home. We lost a 7-year-old. So sad. Family wailing and crying and in pain. And indeed, when the elder brother came and we examined, he also had high levels of the parasites in his system. But we treated him and he's fine. He was discharged home the next day. So please, let's stop self-medicating. A drug is a potential poison. It is. Every drug we take, even paracetamol, when taken in high doses, can kill you. So the dosing of the medications are important. Interaction of the medication with other medications, they are all, and that is what, when you come to the hospital, you get. We investigate thoroughly, take a history, examine you, put all these together and holistically manage you. So stop it. I don't know if it is time, it has to do with time, or it has to do with money, but yes, they would bury the boy, they would get money. and then get him a coffin. But before then, they would have told you it was because of money they didn't come to the hospital. So let's just be informed. The third thing I want us to know is that please stop holding urine in. Stop holding it. It is meant to come out. And when it's not time for it to come out, it will not signal you that it wants to come out. Unless you are in a place, that one happens to all of us. I mean, one way or the other, you're in a place where you might not be able to get the urinal easily. You don't have easy access to it, so you might have to hold it a bit. But this week, I learned some people make it a habit that I want to wee, but because I'm busy, I can't just walk to the washroom and come. I'll sit for hours. And today, when she came this week, it is costing her scans that cost about, I think, 14,000 cedis. She has to go do a scan. I mean, when she put all the money together, she had her hand on her head like this because it was habitual. The lady can keep urine in, and I mean, she was saying it boastfully. I don't know. She can keep it in for like 6 hours, sometimes the whole day. I don't know how, but God made it in a way that it's collected. When it's time, the thing is full and it has to come out. You have to allow it. If not, you are just causing trouble for yourself. The sphincters there become weak. You are harboring bacteria that will later move on to give you bad infections. So please, let's be informed. The fourth thing is that stop eating late. Stop eating late. Some would eat as late as 10, 11, and 12, and then immediately they finish eating, they go to bed. When I moved here, let me tell you a little story. When I moved here afresh, I had come, I wanted something to eat, so I asked around and I was told that, oh, there's this woman who makes nice delicacies. So I was like, okay, let's go, show me that. They were like, oh no, she starts selling at 9 p.m. You know what she sells at 9 p.m.? There's banku and tilapia, there's a pork, and then fried pork and yam, and she has jollof rice. Yes, she has fried rice. My goodness. And when you go there and you see me, I if you know me, you know I like criticizing. You see the young guys, 24, 25, 30, with the pot belly standing there about to buy banku and tilapia at that time of the night. And you know, I used to think that this woman was a working class lady, for which reason, you know, maybe she gets home at 5 or 6 and then she starts preparing the dishes. But apparently she is a housewife who sits at home the whole day and decides to start selling banku and tilapia at 9 p.m. You guys, these things build up. You might be fine. You might be, yes. Oh, it's always like that. You're fine. You're walking around. But you see the fat, they are lining up your blood vessels little by little to a point where it becomes so narrow. You come and we check your pressure and we say you have high blood pressure, you have hypertension. Till you come and we check and we say you have a heart issue. Till we come and we say you have a kidney issue. And then these are the big things. And then now you are running helter-skelter. Let's eat healthy. Let's eat on time. By 6, you are done with dinner. You get some fruits. I mean, if at all you get hungry late in the night, get some vegetables, get some fruits. There are vitamins in there. They nourish your body. Then you can go to bed whole, right? All these things. You talk about self-love. It's all over now. Hey, all over social media. Love yourself. What? It's not eating pork at 10. You are killing yourself. Then you will come. They come. They will always come. They will come, and then getting IV access alone becomes an issue. Meanwhile, it's an emergency and we need to get in there quickly. But the person might be obese, walking around freely and nicely. Let me not just go too much and get sentimental about this. And please, the 5th point is that please stop smoking. I know we don't talk about it. I know I mean, when they come as doctors, we take history. So we usually take your social history, and in there we ask about smoking and drinking. And I have never had one person say that I smoke. When you ask, oh Debbie, when you ask Debbie, but I had a 23-year-old going crazy in my emergency ward this week because she had a boyfriend who had introduced her to some weed, and they were doing it little by little until, but she came in, mother running helter skelter, father running, with the Rastafarian boyfriend coming behind. The one who introduced him was fine. He was very fine and well, helping us take care. At least he was honest enough to give us that information. Some people will tell you that never, never, never. And then you know, because you see. I hope you are getting what I'm saying. I know. Some people will tell us that, oh, I mean, I know people, someone who has smoked and nothing happened. They are 90 years now or something. But the fact that you walked, right, on a slippery floor, and you did not fall, doesn't mean that slippery floors don't give falls. They do. That's the norm. But then probably you were lucky. Not everyone would be. So please, let's stop it. If you know someone doing it, talk to them. The lung issues that people have, smoking can cause it. That high BPs, yes, smoking is in there. That heart condition, smoking is in there. That kidney issue, smoking is in there. So let us be cautious. And finally, let me throw in, lastly, please take time to rest. Get a good night's sleep. Rest. People ask me, oh, how do you combine the YouTubing? How do you combine it with your job and your business and all that? We're all guilty. Yes, sometimes you sacrifice a bit of sleep for it. And I believe that is why I'm down today. You know, I have accumulated. You think you can cheat nature of sorts, okay, but when it comes calling today, I am just down a bit, but there are people who do it to a point where they would bring them to the ER. This week I saw about 2 or 3 of them to the emergency department, and she's unconscious. You've done everything. You've checked the sugar levels. The sugar levels are fine. You've checked their BPs are fine. You've checked their pulse. You've checked their temperature. Everything is fine. Even their blood work is fine. You just give them a line, put some fluids on them, and leave them sleep. They will wake up, energize them fine. All they needed was rest. That's the body's way of telling you that you are overworking me. At this point, I can't go on any longer. And if you don't take care and you are not brought in earlier, it can cost you your life. I really hope you enjoyed this video. It is important that you share the video to a friend, share it to a family member, to anyone. These things need to get out there more, and the more you share it, the more we get to know that it's making an impact, and it gets to a lot of people. The more you share it, the more it's shown out to a lot of people. And so if you are new here and you've watched the video to this point, please hit on the subscribe button. Like this video for me. I'm sure it's giving you all sorts of value, right? And then your notification button, so that anytime I put out a video, you get notified and you don't miss anything. I would see you in the next video. For now, it is a bye.